There's almost zero input lag. You're constantly combining the spin attack with the double jump to just get a little bit more distance, combining it with the head slam to get a little bit more height.
Bro, the visuals in this game, the music in this game, and then on top of that, bro, like all the characters are super cool design. Like if any game needs a not even a remaster, because they just gonna jump the same ones up, they need to do a remake like they did with Ratchet on the PlayStation 4. This series right here needs one of those. They need a remake, keep the story the same, keep all the characters the same, and just upscale the graphics to modern cartoonish animation like this. And bro, it'll, like, just imagine this with fleshed out great good ass graphics for the rocks. Like everything about this is ahead of its time. They just need updated modern, like, you know, modern features. Oh yeah, vid number 2, what it do? The weekend, or well, it's finna be Sunday morning at 3 pretty soon. It's that daylight savings hour. It's 1:08 at the moment. Just woke up from a good old nap. I just dropped one video. It was about the Sneaky Link music. Go fuck with that. It'll probably pop up on you at some point. But this is GitzCuddy Unhinged. What's poppin'? We got Jack, Ratchet, or Sly. Which PS2 platformer aged the best? Now, true to my nature, I am a gamer. And that's part of my history right there. I got a gaming channel. It's under GitzCuddy. This GitzCuddy Unhinged for the reactions. If you want to watch gaming videos, just hop over there to GitzCuddy, bro. We got Jack, Ratchet, or Sly, which platformer aged the best. Now these all came in like a package of a trilogy, but Ratchet just took it and ran, and now they got like fucking 12 titles. But let me get a preview of a comment or two. Let me see what we got. I would like to see you compare the sequels as well, not just the first game. Oh, well, I'm kind of that there aren't more modern sequels for Jack or Sly. Yeah, for sure. As much as I adore for Treasure and Click, I'd say Jack and Daxter aged the best. Yeah, Jack and Daxter for sure aged the best, because it's like we need more, bro. They dropped the 3 and ran with it. I guess
recently replayed Jack.
But now that I know that this is only going to cover the first ones, my angle that I'm gonna watch this at is gonna be slightly different. I just thought he was gonna go over the series, but we all know that these 3 is a classic. So let's go see. You already see. Look at this. Vivid. I played the whole game of this one on my channel. I played all the second one, and I'm working on the third. The third, I have one in the oven right now. I just haven't edited because I got a bit of a different schedule for right now. So I just got to edit part 3, and then I'm gonna get to finishing that pretty soon. I think I'll be able to do that one in 5 or 6 parts rather than like however many I did, 8, 9, or 10 for the first 2.
Jack and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank, and Sly Cooper, the big 3 platformers of the PS2 era. And one of them feels surprisingly modern, one of them hasn't aged nearly as well as people remember, and one of them completely flipped my opinion. So the question is, which one of them
I need to
holds
play
up
Sly.
today?
I'm sorry. I need to play Sly Cooper because I've only played the first one, but I've heard that it's such a great series that I need to actually get in there and play it. So that'll be another one that we add to the channel. So whenever I get to playing that, y'all can fuck with it.
Starting with Sly, and honestly, this is where the aged
hold
conversation
up.
gets tricky.
Look how young
Sly
he
relies
looks.
on kind of a comic book
Oh, never mind, he's already
aesthetic, but the
going.
delivery feels thin, and most of the story is told through still images with voiceovers. But the real issue is that the plot is very simple. You start the game with one goal, getting your family's book back, and it never really goes beyond that. There is no major twists or character shifts. While it's stylish, it lacks cinematic energy. It just didn't have the same
kinda
sense
fuck
of
with it.
scale or growth
Hold on,
as
wait.
the other.
Wait, let me get him now. Look at how young he look right here. On the new ones, it looked like he got like a little goatee and shit going when he's in the future games. But let me get back to right here so I can get in frame with the light going. Yes, sir.
Other 2. Jack and Daxter is a step up. The goal is simple. Turn Daxter back to normal. But where this beats Sly is the world building. As the game opens up, the mystery of the precursors kind of takes over.
A game that I'll never get over.
Finding these massive ancient machines and cities that are just left behind by a civilization that just vanished. It gives the world a sense of scale and history that makes it feel much deeper than just the standard platformer. But the winner here is easily Ratchet and Clank. The story here is kind of gritty. It's a satire of corporate greed that feels more relevant in 2026 than it did back in 2002. But
Okay, I'll give them the W for that one because them niggas just don't know no bounds. And before he gets into it, Drac was like, well, I'm rich and my factories and all that shit have beyond polluted this planet that I was working out of. So I'm just gonna hop up out of here and go pollute somewhere else. And then for all of you like that live here, it's just fuck all.
The real standout to me is the friction about halfway through between Ratchet and Clank themselves. They actually have a falling out. Ratchet's obsessed with Captain Quark, and it makes him act like a genuine jerk, and that conflict between the two characters gives it a level of depth that the other two just don't follow up on. The
That's
verdict,
fair.
Jack has better lore, Sly has got more of an artistic style, but Ratchet and Clank, in my opinion, has the best writing and humor, and the most modern character arc. Starting with
Movement and
Ratchet, and
controls.
man, does he just feel heavy. It's like he's got weights in his shoes. The biggest problem here, I think, is the lack
you
of
like
strafing.
slippery.
You're constantly fighting with Ratchet to get him to aim at enemies. He does have the helipack movement, but outside of that,
I ain't gonna lie though, because of the Ratchet and Clank games giving you like, first off is you run and gun, you upgrade weapon. Not in the first one though, you don't upgrade nothing, but you run and gun, you upgrade weapons, and the controls is real simple. I have to play. I'm skipping the first one. I ain't gonna play the first one on my channel, but I'm gonna play number 2 and number 3, and then some of the PS3 installments also. I'm working on what is that shit called? Rift Apart with the PS5 one. Hopefully they drop another one soon, but I'm working on that as we speak as well. That's another title I need to finish. I'm finishing my games. That's my promise to you as a YouTube gamer.
just moving Ratchet around
Because niggas don't be finishing their games, and people be like, oh, what happened to such and such series, but they just move past it and never come back. I'm gonna finish my shit.
feels clunky and slow. Compared to modern standards, Ratchet is easily the most dated feeling of the three here. Next up is Sly, and he's definitely a step up from Ratchet's tanky, kind of slow controls, but he comes with a catch. Sly's movement is all about context-sensitive actions. Basically, you jump near a pipe or a ledge, and you tap or hold circle, and the game essentially does the rest for you. It really looks good, but it feels like you're platforming with safety rails on. You don't have a lot of creative freedom, and you're basically just going where the game wants you to
What
go
the-
and where the magnet will pull
See,
you
I don't
to.
know shit
Then
about
we
that. I
get
don't
to
want to
Jack,
watch
and
the.
this is where
I
you
don't watch
realize
none of
why
the
people
story.
still talk about this game even in 2026.
It's
Jack
still-
1
it feels great.
liquid. There's almost zero input lag. You're constantly combining the spin attack with the double jump to just get a little bit more distance, combining it with the head slam to get a little bit more height, or just a roll into a long jump just to get around the map that little bit faster.
Bro, the visuals in this game, the music in this game, and then on top of that, bro, like all the characters are super cool design. Like, I'll sit up here and talk about this game all day. If any game needs not even a remaster, because they just gonna jump the same ones up, they need to do a remake like they did with Ratchet on the PlayStation 4. And they made a movie out of it. Shit like this, right? This series right here needs one of those. They need a remake, keep the story the same, keep all the characters the same, find similar voice actors, and just upscale the graphics to modern cartoonish animation like this. And bro, it'll like, just imagine this with fleshed out, great, good ass graphics for the rocks. And then like make the energy a little bit more like I like how solid they make the eco. That shit is perfect. Like everything about this is ahead of its time. They just need updated modern, like,
It feels better
modern
than
features.
most modern platformers, in my opinion. The verdict is Ratchet is too heavy, Sly feels a little bit too automated for me, but Jack and Daxter offers the pure, snappy, unadulterated controls that should be in a 3D platformer. I think round 2 definitely goes to Jack. I think let's just look at Sly first. Combat here really isn't the focus of the game. It's more of a penalty for failing stealth. Most enemies are a 1 to 2 hit kill, but you yourself are just as fragile. It works for a stealth game. Don't get me wrong, I think that this is fantastic for a stealth game, but compared to the other two in this category, it feels very, very one-dimensional. In the grand scheme of things,
He's not even
Ratchet
picking up
should
coins.
take this.
I ain't gonna lie, he keep bothering me with that. He's not picking up all the coins and shit. Like he's just fighting it, running the
The
past.
variety of weapons is kind of legendary, but the lack of strafing makes the actual fighting feel terrible by today's standards.
That's why I won't
died
play
quite
it.
a few times.
You
just
can't
trying to get
strafe.
the auto lock to cooperate.
You
It's
can't
clunky
strafe, and there's no
frustrating, and it's
upgrades. No,
honestly
no, thank you.
surprising how much the movement in this game holds back the combat. But that leaves us with Jack. It's very, very simple, but I think that it's more polished than Sly. You can combine all of his different moves in a lot more more wave than you can with Sly.
Oh, he could have just
Punch
ran into him.
an uppercut, into a spin. Even though enemies die in 1 to 2 hits, the real edge, I think, over the other two is the ecosystem. You can use blue eco for speed, yellow eco to shoot fireballs, or red eco to make your attacks stronger. I think it adds another layer of depth that makes it feel just a little bit better than the other two. Ratchet has got better guns, but Jack has got a better fight in 2026. I'd rather have a polished spin kick than a rocket launcher that I basically can't aim without standing still. I think round 3 goes to Jack. Now, I just want to preface this section by saying I think all of these games.
Dang, bro, Sly looks like it's getting smacked.
Sure, they're a little dated. I think that the unique art style of each of them, whether it's the comic book style of Sly Cooper or the really over vibrant colors of Jack, they still work today. But how a game is structured, that's what defines how much.
I mean, you can't really say it's over vibrant. If you look at all the thumbnails we got in today's time, all of them are major saturated and AI to look slightly animated, so the colors are extra popping. You know what I'm saying? So it actually works out.
To actually enjoy exploring.
That's neither here nor
Sly
there.
Cooper to me feels the most retro here. It follows a classic kind of hub and spoke model, but the real issue is the loading screens between each of them. Having to sit through a transition every time you have to enter a new area feels really fragile.
So Jack and Daxter's winning this one for sure because all of it is seamless. There's no loading screens. You getting into the area is the loading screen basically because of how they packaged the game design. Ratchet and Clank is going to be second because you get a cutscene of you flying from planet to planet and you know, slightly different visuals for when it does so. And then, yeah, there you go.
Fragmented. It feels like more of a polished PS1 game than it did a next-gen PS2 evolution. And then Ratchet and Clank takes the planet-hopping approach. I love how every world in this feels unique with its own different atmosphere. While you still deal with loading into each planet, the scale and the environments make that kind of disconnect between each of them worth it, in my opinion. But then there's Jak and Daxter. Even in 2026, the world, in my opinion, is a masterpiece of immersion. There's
like, hold on, let me look at that. Looks like he's playing this on like
2026,
some type of an emulator.
In my opinion,
like the trees could be a little bit more slightly detailed.
Is a masterpiece.
But this right here, this frame right here looks like almost what if they take this and master this visual in this specific frame is what it would look like if they did a remake in modern time. And if they dropped it like how they did Oblivion Remastered, like I know that that's not by Bethesda, but if they did some shit like that with the Jack series where they just dropped it out the fucking blue and it was the first game, for example, I mean, they would have to do all three at some point, but you get what I'm saying.
Of immersion. There's 0 loading screens and you could stand in a village and look over at the forbidden jungle in the distance and just walk there. It makes the world feel like a cohesive
Look at that. He just completed the whole first section of the game. I love
exploring all 3 of these games, but in terms of pure immersion, I think Jak and Daxter is on another level. It's a singular living world rather than just a collection of stages. I think round 4 definitely goes to Jak.
Music.
Finally, we have
Ratchet and Clank is winning.
This is
They're winning. They usually do.
Category to judge
because they all do got good at songs though.
Use sound perfectly, in my opinion, to capture their atmosphere.
I feel like Sly is gonna. Sly might get last on this one because it's gonna give you the same vibe for each of the levels. Because nigga, it's all about being quiet and stealthy. Like so, there's not much change. It might change by the environment, but it's gonna be about the same. I want to play this again already.
I think they all sound incredible, but in my opinion, I think Sly Cooper actually does something really special. I really loved the small sound effects that sync up with your movement in the game, like the little guitar strings that play exactly when you're creeping along an edge.
Yeah.
It makes the world feel like kind of like a living cartoon. I really did enjoy Ratchet's like kind of industrial grit type of music, and Jack's ambient world are great, but Sly's soundtrack feels like it's actually a part of your gameplay. The verdict, all 3 of these, in my opinion, are 10 out of 10s for music, but the extra layer of charm, I have to give this one to Sly Cooper.
Oh, okay. I was wrong.
So
I was
tallying
wrong.
all of the points here, Ratchet and Clank definitely took the story for me. I think Sly Cooper took the music to just a little bit higher than the other two, but I think what makes Jak and Daxter hold up in 2026 compared to the other two are the controls, the combat, and the level design. I think that this makes Jak the winner by far. It's the game that feels the most modern and fluid to play even in 2026. But replaying all of these back to back for this video really highlighted the gaps between them. While they all belong to the same legendary
see, I've never even
seeing
seen that
how
right
they
there.
handle side by side made it clear that these studios also had really different priorities. But even with their flaws, I think that these games have more personality than most AAA titles that release today. And if you had to pick one to play through right now, which one are you going to grab? Is it
Oh, he did one for the sequels. I guess I'll see y'all over there, bro. Now, for me personally, I'm always gonna pick Jak. Ratchet second, and then Sly because I haven't fucked with it. But even so, I think that it's gonna remain the same for me. That's gonna be the triple for me: Jak, Ratchet, and then Sly. But actually, I'm gonna just hop over to this one. So I'll see y'all over there, bro. Peace.